How's it going, bros? My name is Word of Shane. Yeah, I guess that was a a bad intro. Trying to copy cute PewDiePie, if you guys know. But anyways, yeah, hey, so welcome to update number 4 for learning Italian through immersion. I think I'm going to change the name of the series to that. Yeah, so update number 4. How did the month of May go? Well, good in some ways, bad in others. So let me just start with bad things first. Get out of the way. I only got about 4 hours of total audio immersion this month, and that's just because due to life circumstances, I didn't put any effort into the audio portion of learning Italian. I just didn't have like the patience, the time, and the concentration to get through immersion and try and concentrate on trying to improve. Right. In some sort of a sense, I've learned I'm kind of a perfectionist because I feel that sometimes if something's not at a good moment, I shouldn't be able to do it. Like, for example, if I'm busy, I can't pull up, a 10-minute video. If I have a 10, I don't want to pull up an Italian video and watch for 10 minutes just because I feel like, oh, I want a perfect amount of time to get this going, get this started, and get into it. I need an hour straight. But the truth is, I don't. It's just the context switching and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I guess that's a quirk of my personality. Just I feel like I need a bunch of time to kind of get into the groove of things. I don't like having things fragmented, and that kind of perfectionism is detrimental, I'm sure. So that's one thing I've been trying to change from this month into the next, is to just try and get 5-minute, 10-minute segments of videos whenever I can. And those little changes adds up. With Spanish, that was my journey with Spanish. That's how I thought throughout Spanish. That's why it took me 3-4 years to not learn it, but just kind of get to a level where I felt like I was not okay. What would I say? Get to a level where it wasn't, I felt like I was a serious learner, so yeah, I just kind of asked Spanish and it worked. It does work, and that's how learning languages works, I think, in general, because it worked for me for Spanish. But I do want to put in more effort, and so I think that's one problem. This kind of short, like this little perfectionism that I can work on into the next month, and trying to get the amount of hours up. So let me just go over this spreadsheet here. As you see, most of it, it's just 5 minutes in there talking to people on Hello Talk or something, or listening to a message, blah blah blah, and then throughout the month, video there, video here. Got a couple, one day where it was 45 minutes. Okay. I'm trying to get to the goal of 45 minutes a day. This day, actually, 42 minutes, blah, blah, blah. It didn't feel like I put any effort into it at all. And that's because I broke it down and watched the videos whenever I could. If I had 5 minutes free, I would just throw on a video and listen to it and blah, blah, blah. 45 minutes passed and I didn't even feel like I watched anything. So that's strategy going forward, and trying to get consistent. There's 6 months left in this year, about 100. I don't know where it's not the half of the year yet, right? Because we're on the 2nd when I'm recording this. There's 6 months left, and 180 something odd days where I get super consistent and get as much immersion as I can in to see where I'm at by the end of this year. As for output, I've been using Anki to kind of practice and kind of get my phrases right and blah blah blah, and it's been working very, very fruitfully, I would say, because I'd sit there and I'll write a little, let's say, a document, right? So in a Word document, I'd write a little journal, blah blah blah, and then I'd use reverso contexto to take those journal phrases and then add them, translate them, and then add the phrases I couldn't say by myself. So I would sit there and try and output. So for example, let me just go ahead and pull this up. Let me give you a demonstration of this. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this here. Oh, maybe not. So for example, let's go ahead and try this here. So I'd say I want to go to the supermarket, and I write that in reverso contexto and translate it. So I don't know if I could say. Let me see. Voglio andare in supermercato. Okay, so I know how to translate it. And if I didn't, I would take that phrase and input it into Anki and then save it. And that way I know certain parts of the phrase. So, for example, I want to go is a chunk, is a word chunk, right? So I would say, what is this? How do I say this in Italian? And then I'd find out. So it'd be voglio andare. And then you can check it up into different places. So you can say, I want to go to school. Voglio andare a scuola. And things like that. So it's been super helpful. There's certain phrases. I'd say it has to do with abbia a che fare. That's like one translated phrase that I found myself trying to use in Italian that I did not know how to use. So I threw that in there in English and then translate into Italian, and boom, now I know how to use it. So it's been super helpful in that extent. So moving on to my tracker total. 53 hours total immersion. I'm pretty ashamed about this. Like, to be honest, I can be doing better. I should be doing better, and I'm just not. So immersion, I think that's the goal for this next month. I'm still on the bad news, obviously. I'm still at 7% of the way of my goal, and my rate of study is 15 minutes. So working on it. As for the good news, let's get the link, baby. Yeah, I read a lot this month in Link. I did. I read a lot. So total added 2K cumulative words this month, which is 1,000 more than the month before. And obviously, every 1,000 words you add, it gets harder to add words, right? So words read 31,000 compared to, well, it was 21,000 more than last month, so 10,000 or so that I read. So yeah, tripled the reading basically. So it's been super helpful. It's been really great getting to read and seeing the words on paper and then hearing them out in my immersion. So obviously I didn't listen too much this month, but talking with people on Hello Talk, I've actually seen words that I've read and heard them say, and just making a connection is just powerful, and especially powerful for the language learning brain. I've experienced that in Spanish, and now feeling it in Italian has been super, super useful. That's pretty much all I wanted to say for today. I mean, there's obviously there's going to be more to come here. I think I'm going to finish up with the book I'm reading. It's actually The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F, but it's called let's see what it's called. I totally forget, man. Let me see. I'm sorry. It's loading. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, la sottile arte di fare quello che cazzo ti pare. Okay, so yeah, that's great. So we're on chapter 23. There's only 30 chapters in there. So what should I read next? I'm not too sure. I'm gonna find something probably that I've already read and input that and just read through it. Try and speed read it and see what words I already know. Blah blah blah. The Spanish influence on my Italian is still super useful. There's a bunch of Italian words that I already know to Spanish, and so that's been just a godsend, a blessing. I can read relatively fast in Italian, so hoping to increase that reading speed, and let's see if I can hit 50,000 words read next month. If I keep up this pace, this pace of improvement, I guess. It'd be good to try and get to 1 million words read by the end of this year. I did some calculations, and to do that, I'd probably need 5,000 words read a day. That's not too hard. I just need to get more consistent. So, obviously, this is my journey. I'm talking to myself mostly in these videos, just trying to kind of get accountability for myself. But showing it off and showing that shit, I only did 4 hours of immersion this month, has, kind of keep that element of shame going. And sometimes shame is kind of useful, I think. So, shame the shit out of me, please, because I need to get better at this. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. If anyone watched, and if you found anything useful, if you have any advice, if you have any ideas, if you have anything that could help, and any comments, please let me know. I'd love to hear it. I'm just a average language learner like anyone else, and just hopefully showing my journey and showing all my flaws and weaknesses is going to help someone else trying to get motivated and to learn the language. And if I can learn it passing it, then you can learn it much quicker full assing it. So let's hope I start full assing language learning. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and ciao for now.